If a doctor discovers that your body is not receiving the proper nutrition, he puts you on a diet. His reasonings on this are simple. He discovers that certain elements of vitamins and minerals are lacking in the chemical composition of your body. Therefore, he would restore their proper balance by having you eat certain foods that contain them in abundance. In any event, he asks you to exercise a conscious choice in the foods you eat, selecting some and rejecting a great many more. It is just such a procedure, confined entirely to the mind and spirit, which we shall ask you to adopt for the next 30 days. In other words, we are asking that you go on a 30-day mental diet. For 30 days, 1 month, you are not to accept a single negative thought nor dwell on a single negative premise. This does not mean that such thoughts or ideas will not occur to you. They most certainly will occur as frequently or more often than they have in all your life. This simply means that you will refuse to accept any of them. Discarding them immediately, they occur as fictional ideas without basis in truth. Delusions that are without foundation, for they have no roots in your mind. In this manner, by consciously exercising a choice of that which you allow to become part of your mind, by deliberately planting only positive seeds in the garden of subconscious, you will not only set about an eventful harvesting of the greatest bumper crop of good ever to enter your life, but more important, you will be building up a habit of positive thinking that will become easier and easier day by day. Eventually, you will no longer have to struggle with positive and negative, good and evil, truth and illusion. You will ally yourself with the forces for good in the universe and achieve an attunement and an effortlessness in life that once seemed impossible of imagining. The mental diet. What are these thoughts that we are going to refuse to entertain? They are any thoughts that might in the smallest or greatest manner cast into a pessimistic or poor light yourself, your family, your friends, your social group, your state, your nation, or the entire human race. They are, in short, negative thoughts of any type, regardless of whether they seem personally aimed at you yourself or even at an inanimate object. Now don't be blind about this and say, oh, I never think negatively, and don't be fearful about it and say, I couldn't manage to concentrate on that sort of thing for 30 days. Don't say you haven't got time, and don't say it won't work. We needn't even point out how and why each of these attitudes destroy the goal even before the experiment has begun. Before you start the 30-day mental diet, spend a day or two observing how your mind is working. Carry a notebook and pencil with you if you will, and keep a record of each negative thought you entertain for a period of 2 days. The result will astound you and convince you beyond all doubt of the absolute necessity of embarking on this mental diet. This is going to be no easy time, discarding every negative thought for a period of 30 days, but it is something you absolutely must do. Until you become master of your thinking, you will never become master of your fate. If you fall from the path of your resolve and entertain negative thoughts, become depressed, apprehensive, pessimistic, there is nothing to do but start over. You must negotiate 30 days of positive thinking without any serious intrusions of negative thought. It is exceptionally important that you do this thing. Let nothing stand in your way. During the period of your mental diet, you will be helped by understanding exactly what it is you are doing. You are training your mind to obey you rather than you obey it. You are training yourself to think more or less and less of more. In other words, you are developing the habit of concentration as well as the habit of positive thinking. Too many thoughts. We humans think altogether too much on altogether too many things. In the space of a single moment, our minds may embrace a hodgepodge of unrelated ideas and half-formed conceptions, such as would not be found on the printed pages outside of the Encyclopedia Britannica. We jump helter-skelter from one idea to the next, unguided, unguarded, seizing at whatever is presented to us across the moving screen of mind and declaring it to be real. We start the subconscious mind moving in one direction, halt it, start it off in another, recall it, send it off again, and recall it literally hundreds of times each day. We have developed habits of absolutely undisciplined thinking, and very often, when any discipline at all is present, it is aimed at negative thinking. One moment we are happy and entertain happy thoughts. Then a shadow crosses the face of the sun, and we entertain unhappy thoughts. A friend pays us a compliment, and we feel important and vain. An acquaintance castigates us, and we entertain thoughts of resentment and bitterness. Always we wait for impetus from outside to determine what thoughts we will accept and which we will reject, and thus we become victims of every wind that blows and every twig that falls, and the temper of our lives is determined by countless unending streams of circumstance over which we have no control. Scarce indeed is the man who sets himself up to accept only certain thoughts and beliefs, and, firm in his faith and foundation, outwaits the world to achieve his ends. The sea and the mountain, the storm and the stars shall not persevere against such a man, and he shall move the very ends of the earth.